Welcome to a Starter and a Chaser podcast with your hosts, Joe Clarke and John Passow.
Did you know because the platypus is the only animal that lays its eggs and produces its own milk, can make its own custard?
Wow.
Tasty. Is it leathery?
I don't know. Oh, hi. Welcome to another episode of a Starter and a Chaser podcast. I am John Passow.
I'm Joe Clarke.
Joe, I gotta say, I'm excited for this because this is a product that I had back, 6 years ago and have been thinking about ever since. From Spirit Works Distillery in Sonoma County, we have their Sloe Gin.
And Sloe Gin Barrel Reserve.
Oh, so tell us a little bit about Spirit Works, Joe.
So Spirit Works is family-run, women-led, and also is very inclusive of the whole community, and we really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Their whole thing is also grain to glass, which is very heavily monitored by them. They do whole organic grains, which they mill, mash, ferment, and also distill entirely on site.
And it was started in 2012 by Timo and Ashby Marshall in Sebastopol, California, which is in Sonoma County. Now, Sloe Gin is kind of a little bit of an older liqueur, old world liqueur from England and UK. This recipe in particular is Timo's family recipe from the UK. Now, Sloe Gin is made with, regular kind of the way you make gin normally. They use a wheat base for their distillate. They distill it up to 190 proof on their 21 plate column still, and then steep the spirit in sloe berries that they get from the UK.
What do you mean by steep the spirit?
So after distillation, they have it in a big tank and they dump in the sloe berries, and it sits there for a month, and then they press it, and that's how they get this.
Okay,
the
so it kind of just like mixes in there and just settles with everything, and that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought you guys would like to know that part of it.
Give these two a nose. I'm curious the difference between the two.
So I kind of like picked it up and was experimenting on the nose here a little bit.
This is the regular Sloe Gin, by the way.
Yeah, this one here. This one reminds me of actually Jägermeister.
Oh, really?
It has that nose. As soon as I smelled it, I was like, oh, okay.
I wonder if it's because of the spices. Jaeger is a spice drink beverage.
Yeah.
And this one, Spirit Works uses juniper, coriander, cardamom, angelica, orris, fresh zested lemon and orange, and a little bit of hibiscus, and 2 pounds of sloe berries per bottle, which is a lot. So I wonder if there are some similar components that are in Jägermeister that are listed in their ingredients. If you know the answer to that,
comment below, because we're not like huge Jägermeister heads or anything. Yeah,
I used to be. But,
I never got into it.
Oh, God, I've had a lot of mistakes with Jaeger.
Just want to let you guys know they also make vodka, your more traditional style gin, correct?
Mm-hmm.
This is their Sloe Gin version. They also have wheat whiskey, straight rye whiskey, and then a 4-grain American style whiskey, bourbon whiskey kind of thing.
So they're got a quite diverse portfolio. And because of that, probably, and their quality, American Distilling Institute gave them the Distillery of the Year award for 2020.
They did.
Which is pretty impressive. So, Jaeger on the nose of the regular Sloe. What do you get on the barrel aged
This
version?
one is totally different.
Ooh.
You can
barrel aged
tell that
Jaeger.
There's barrel aged. No, actually, what's interesting is those notes that I smell on the one that's not barrel aged are almost completely muted here.
Ooh, interesting.
There's a lot of wood char characteristics going on with this one.
So the barrel kind of moves to the
barrel
forefront?
has extremely to the forefront. And then I can more smell like your juniper and your traditional gin notes coming out of this with kind of a sweet, fruity background to it, is how it comes across. I mean, just completely background. Is there a age statement? Like, how long do they do that?
So the regular unaged one, 27 proof. The barrel aged is aged for 3 to 6 months.
Okay, I thought
in
it was around there.
new charred American oak.
Okay,
and that one's going to be 30 proof. So just a little bit higher. I guess that's their barrel strength. Version of that.
30 proof.
30 proof.
So we just...
I think we should. Prost.
My first time.
I'm going to hold my thoughts up because I'm really curious what Joe thinks on this one. He's not super into the liqueurs, right?
No.
No, yeah. Last time we did a liqueur episode, it was the Southern Tier Pumpkin, was our October one. You can see the link for that up here. So we don't do this
That's
too
totally
often.
different. Like, it's not even, so if you've had that, this is completely different. It's not in that realm, but liqueurs are liqueurs, I get. Liqueurs, or whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to go back in on this one. It is somewhat cough droppy to me.
Cough drop? Okay.
Yeah, like cherry cough drops.
All right.
But then you have like the gin side of things to it. You get a little the spices and the juniper and all that stuff. I'm shocked. I'm having a hard time deciphering between if it's heat or spice that's kind of tingling and giving me a little bit of a warm sensation going down, which is weird at 27 proof. I'm getting an alcohol hit.
I'm going to say that's, for me, that's the spices. I mean, it does have a very warming effect, but that could be the Angelica, that could be the Orris.
True.
So, and sloe berries are medicinal as well. For me, I'm thinking that because I'm getting the same thing, I'm thinking that is the herbs. For me, I get tart, I get that fruitiness, and Joe's right, those gin notes really start to blossom on the back end. It's not quite medicinal. It does have kind of a little bit of that cough drop, cough syrup note with the thickness and the slight cherry note, but it doesn't get to like Robitussin.
No, it's not like like overpowering to where it's off-putting, but it does have that kind of taste to me, like a cherry cough drop. It's not the whole flavor profile as I explained, but it's definitely there for me on that. I'm really interested to see what this barrel.
By the way, they do back sweeten this with organic cane sugar, so there is some sweetness that's coming out for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
Barrel aged. Prost.
It'd be really interesting to see what this would do to like bourbon. To take those barrels, empty them, and put a bourbon in it and see what it would do.
Oh, do you guys do that over at Spirit Works?
Do you do that? I'm sure you've been playing with that.
Yeah, come on. You've been playing with it. We know you've been playing with it.
Right.
Give us a bottle.
You have to.
Now, this, I get a lot of that kind of spice, zesty, kind of little bit of a heat hit to it. But it's, once again, I'm going back and forth. Is that alcohol? Is that the spice giving me that?
I think the barrel tamed all the stuff. I shouldn't say all the stuff. So like your cough drop kind of notes are not really present for me in this one. It actually made a better product. I get more of the fruit taste to it.
Okay.
Whatever fruit berry taste, I should say, to it. Almost kind of blueberry-ish on this one for me, like a tarty blueberry, cherry a little bit, but more so blueberry on this one for me. Even on the nose, it smells like baked blueberry pie or something. You know what I mean? Now that I've had it, it really changes your sense of smell on this one. It really does. It's like a baked blueberry pie to me. Yes, it took a lot of that. The sweetness that I guess they back sweetness, like John said, it more integrates all that together, and there's less of that going on. It kind of tames all that and gives you that barrel note.
This isn't the first time that we've come across the gin that has been kind of like tamed, but also have all the parts become more integrated
and more well balanced.
That's a good word for it. Well balanced. And this is another example of that. I get that barrel up front. Joe's right. That cough syrup note just completely drops off, and it does become kind of this tart blueberry. But I still get a lot of those spices, but it's just, it's tampered down. It's refined. It's a little more elegant. Yeah, so it's just really interesting how the barrel has created a more integrated product. Now, Ashby Marshall, one of the owners, said that you can take their Sloe Gin, and in any mixed drink that uses sweet vermouth, you can replace it with the Sloe Gin. And she suggested a Manhattan. So I think, Joe, we should take that and make a Manhattan with the regular Sloe Gin. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, we are going to be back in a flash. And we are back with a Manhattan. We made this with Templeton Rye 4-year, which is a rye mixer, and you're supposed to use either rye or Canadian whiskey for this, and their Sloe Gin and a dash of bitters. So let's see how this goes for a sweet vermouth replacement.
Num num.
That sloe berry comes right out.
It's a different drink.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's a different drink.
It's definitely, it's slightly recognizable as a Manhattan, but only like slightly.
Yeah, I would say a person that loves Manhattans probably would not recognize this as a Manhattan if they had it.
I might.
I almost think it should be called something else.
A slow Manhattan.
I'm trying to call him stupid. No, it's I almost feel like it deserves a different name instead of riding the Manhattan wave on that one. It's really good. I drank this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So maybe not as a replacement, but as a
another cocktail.
Another cocktail.
Yeah.
So Joe,
nice.
What are your final thoughts on Spirit Works Distillery's Sloe Gin and Barrel Reserve Sloe Gin?
So 3-part.
Yeah, I guess this is a 3-part.
Let's take
review.
a seat.
Yes.
Not a fan of that one by itself.
Okay.
I'm just not. Too medicinal kind of tasting for me. I'm a fan of this one because the barrel just made everything so well balanced and all the flavors. But I like this one in the Manhattan-esque drink here.
The Slow Manhattan.
Yeah, the Slow Manhattan. I actually would like to try this one with a Manhattan one of these days.
And we'll be right back with it.
Right. Because the way my palate goes with this, and this is fine the way it is. This is really good. I'll drink this all day with their regular Sloe Gin, but I think the barrel-aged version would actually be better for me in this.
Okay. All right.
This is good. I'd not turn this down.
So, no, yes, yes.
Yes.
2 out of 3. Nice. For me, the Sloe Gin, I loved it when I first had it. I do agree it is slightly medicinal. It is slightly cough syrupy. And I'm not too into super sugary things, but for my palate, it kind of like strikes an odd balance where I just, it's so fascinating and it's tart and it's got all these complex spices, and I like it. Do I like it as much as my memory was of the first time I had it? No, but I still really enjoy it. The Barrel Reserve, I think, is the better of the 2 products because it is much more well balanced. You don't have that kind of medicinal note going on. It does have a gin undertone. This regular one does, but you kind of have to work a little harder to find it, I feel.
It's a little drowning, you know?
Yeah. But so I think it's an overall well-rounded product. And the Sloe Gin in the Manhattan, I do enjoy Manhattans. I'm a little bit more of an old-fashioned fan more than a Manhattan, but I do enjoy them. This makes a killer Manhattan, killer slow Manhattan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would, like I said, I would totally be making these and drinking them.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I agree.
Well, that was our review of Spirit Works from Sonoma County, Sebastopol, California.
Spirit Works, I appreciate this. This is the first time I've had these products. I think it's very cool, and I'll be looking forward to making some more of these things for myself.
Absolutely, because you've got some of it now.
That's right. So we will see you guys next time. Check us out every week, Monday and Wednesday.
How much do you have to like whip that platypus custard recipe?
Shake the platypus.
Oh, you shake the platypus.
And just squeeze a little bit and the custard comes out.
Oh, God. That's brilliant.